Alright guys, what's up? I think I'm doing this video because in case if anyone has any problems, if you need a Jesus. Alright, I don't know if you guys are gonna hear the washer or not, or let me know if you guys do. Well, actually I'll hear when I watch it. So hopefully this video will make it to the channel. But anyways, look, TLDR, these guys work just fine. Okay, I tested out more mags. I have a shit ton of old TM mags, Wii mags, and some other mags. I've been testing them out, and they're doing pretty good. Some mags that they're a pain in the ass, and I'm going to tell you right now, this whole video. Look, if you have any problems, and you make sure your feed lip is basically like the standard TM style for the Glocks and the high kappa. Just pull down the spring. Just something to shove it in there. What I did is I made something to kind of work with this, and that's the concept I'm working on right now. But this video is more specific to me trying to figure out how to address my AAP issue, because I have a lot of AAP mags just from I'm going to be reviewing and buying. I have like 6 right now. I'm probably going to have more. So it's like, okay, I want this to work with my AAP mags. So that's where we're at right now. So the first thing is I'm going to try to break down my thought process and how I got to where I am, because you guys asked for that. So the first thing I think a lot of people do is they just look at it at face value. It looks the same, right? Same lip, follower. You can see, the people. The funny thing is, I get all the time people like, oh, Wii gaskets are the same as TM. They're not. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. I want you guys to. You always want to take the time to just slow down. I think being in America, or being in the times we are, sometimes we look at everything so fast, and we just don't take a break, take a breath and just look at things slow. So once you start taking things apart, you'll start realizing, oh shit, this is really different. So TMs are curved. This AAP is flat, but it sits a little bit higher. This is not stock Wii. This is 9-ball, but I have a stock Wii over there, and stock Wii is just a little bit lower. Small differences like that make the big difference. And you can see on this Wii, they don't have this little plate right here. Alright, probably hard to see. Let me turn on the light. I'll be fixing light here soon, guys. But you guys see this little plate? They don't have this here on the Wii one. So this is where you start realizing, oh shit, it's really different. So I started taking it apart, and then you'll learn from here, because it's hard to see sometimes in there. This is a stock TM spring. It's really long, whereas the AAP is a lot shorter. And the TM follower, it's actually really thick. It's really thick compared to the AAP, alright? So you start taking it apart, and that's what the first thing you do. So at its core, what we do is we start eliminating stuff from here, right? So the first thing I did is I eliminate the base weight. I took this out, I took this out, took the spring out, took the follower out, and all left was the feed lip. And I put it in here, and I start cranking it, and it goes in no problem. I'm checking the BBs for damage, if there's any damage, and we're fine. There's absolutely no problem. Okay, so I know now that it's going to be down to the channel inside of the magazine as the follower or the spring. It's a combination of all of it. And in the reality, at the end of the day, guys, it is a combination of all of it. And it could be, and we'll talk about it in here. We'll talk about, I had some ideas, but we'll talk about it, okay, later. So next thing I did is I put the spring in with no follower. And the reality is, like, I was able to get some in, but it gets to a point and it's like, damn, it doesn't want to push through. So I was like, oh, okay, let's try changing the follower design. Now, I don't have a working follower 100%, but I think we're on the track. But I ended up finding out something else, and we'll talk about that right now. Or not right now. So I went with something like this, and what I did is I basically, so it's not as engaged. You guys see how right now it's all the way up here? That's the biggest problem. So for sometimes maybe it's the fresh new mag or whatever it may be, but it has a hard time pushing that first one and starting that run. Okay, so we got it in, and that, like I said, this could be just isolated to me, but this is me troubleshooting something, and I have 6 of them that don't work. So the reality is I need this spring down, right? Because it needs to be able to push in the next one. And now, can you mod some stuff? You could mod the angle. You try to make it not as aggressive, or you could, but the problem is, look, if you do that, you're gonna have a problem where the BB will just roll out, and you don't want that. You don't want the BB just rolling out. So this is actually very important to keep intact and keep the shape. So I'm trying to think, okay, how do I fix it without having to mod the mag? Well, that's when I came upon this. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and then, okay, this is just for looks, but basically the goal is to hook the spring, right? It's just to hook the spring. That's it. It's a simple concept. That's why I said in the beginning, you don't need this. You guys can just, just stick something in there. It's simple, and that's gonna really, if you happen to have problems with the AAP, and I feel like this might be a better a way to do it. The only problem is, and this is where it's where I'm trying to find the perfect. I feel like there might be a perfect way to do it. So I'm going to show you guys right now. Let me set it up for you guys. So I have this long version, but and you'll see the problem I have with the long version. Okay, so this is how you usually would do it, from what I'm thinking right now. If you don't have a 3D printer or tool, you'll just put it in, and you would just pull down the spring ever so gently, just to make sure it doesn't have to fight the spring as much. And that's the biggest thing. So these follower concepts, look, I got the follower it accepts half. Like when I put this follower in, I can get half in here without having to touch the spring. But once it gets to half, man, it just starts struggling. And that's something I could probably fine tune on my stuff more. But I'm not going to do an update video on that. The reality is, I don't think anyone else probably has this problem. And I'm probably going to just, because I need to fit it in here perfectly so it doesn't tilt or anything. And I'll probably change the design. But because I have 10 of these, to be honest, I'd rather change the follower design for me personally, and instead of having to do this all the time. So that's why I'll do that. But I'm not going to do an update video on that. But I just figured I'd show you guys. This will probably be the last video on it. Because other than that, it works well. I've been using it on a bunch of other mags, and I think anytime we get a new mag, these two will be in the videos from now on. I'll load them with this. Whenever we do shooting tests, we'll load them with this, so you guys will get to see in the future, and we'll just run it through the rounds. Anyways, so look, the point is I'll do the long one first, and I'll show you where I was like, okay, you know what, I like where I'm going, but it's not. So this is where I gotta get it to stay there. Okay, like it kind of goes, but it'll fly off, and that's why I'm trying to think, like I was thinking like putting like a kind of like a lock into here. So the thing is, you can't see it, but this whole channel is now empty. So what happened is the BBs, I'm gonna do it fast. All right, I'm gonna do it fast. Okay. You guys see? So, for someone that's not like, if you're not like, a perfectionist and you don't care about the gaps, hey, okay, more power to you. And the reality is I can pull it down more, but I didn't do that. And the problem is, okay, realistically, I probably would cut this in half, so we'd have more room. You have to remember, it's going in to the spring. And okay. So that's where that works. Let me empty it out for you guys, and then I'll show you guys. Well, I'll try to show you the BBs, but no damage on BBs, okay? And we're using, remember, we're using the stock AAP stuff. We're not using any of my followers, so I was like, okay, we're on track. Okay. I'm always checking to make sure we want the known imperfections on the BB, and we're getting. All right, we're good. Let me put it back. So look, at the end of the day, if you're having problems, guys, and if you do have the AP mag, you're like, hey man, this doesn't work. It's really not this. Well, I don't think it's well, I don't know. That's something I have to really think about and analyze. I just haven't had the time to do that. So I did this quick. If I have more time, then I think as time goes on, I'll discover more things about it. But this is relatively, only like an hour or so figuring this out. So I haven't spent much time with it. But I know for now I tested a lot of mags, so I was like, okay, this works. And the ones that don't work, how do we solve that? Okay, and we're not talking about Pro Wins. Okay, you guys are not. We're not using Pro Wins. Look how different they are. It's insane that the difference. Okay. So don't even think about it. By the way, I mean Pro Win high cap is fine, but these guys, no. I don't know why they went different design. Freaking pain in the ass. So here's this. Now let's do this one. This one is kind of like a halfway, and I thickened it up, and I probably need to shrink it a little bit more. So okay, there we go. All right, so this one goes down a little bit further. So it still wants to come up, but in theory, this one should stay. So this one, what I'm hoping that it does, and I don't know if I just have to increase the length just a little bit more, is this one it's not going to lead that empty space just a little bit, but enough to do a perfect stack. We'll see right now. So you see we get stuck still, so yeah, okay, no. So I still got some work to do. Damn, I was thinking it was going to work, but now you guys get to see it in real time. No, it doesn't. Well, okay, it works, but it's not a perfect stack. And how many are we missing? We're missing. To be honest, I don't like ever overloading my max though. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wouldn't ever overload your max. Okay, you're just gonna put more pressure on your loading ramp. So I always say, just carry like 2 or 3 less than the standard size. Okay, so realistically we'd have one right here, that gap. Now, can you use this long design and get a perfect stack? Yeah, just go a little bit slower. That's all you gotta do. Just go a little bit slower. But that's where I'm at right now, guys, and that's where my head is at. And I think I'll do more work on the follower. I'll do more work on this concept. But the reality is, guys, you don't need this. Just I'm only doing this because I have a 3D printer. It's just easy for me. Just hold it down. So if you have any problems with your high cap or a Glock, just break it down. Okay, first check, make sure, is it like a standard TM style? Okay, check that. Make sure your channel, make sure your mag is clean. 2, make sure your follower is not damaged or anything. What if it's like cut and it's tilting the line and it's adding a certain pressure right here, here. Your follower should be clear. When you go up and down, you shouldn't feel any resistance minus the spring. Okay, that's the biggest thing. So work on cleaning your mag and making sure your mag is top notch, and then getting it to work with this. So that's the first thing I've been trying to do, and that's something I'm going to work on. And so I had a couple ideas. Now there's just shitty drawings, but if he ever makes a version 2, this is where he wants to look. I don't know if it broke or that's just, I need to watch the older videos. And it feels like I know a part the part really just came off. But anyways, right here, you guys are looking right. You guys see right here where my finger at the top of my fingernail. So you have to remember, it's top down, right? So he's got this little nub that I think is trying to push, but I think it needs to be a little bit bigger, or it needs to be like a hook style. But the problem is, this is a high stress area, and it also needs to have room for the BB to go in. So that's probably one thing I probably would revise. And the next thing too is to try to create some jigsaw. Like I don't know if you guys look at how the Japanese do their crafting, their wood. the woodcrafting, and they do like cuts like this. I don't know what it's called, but I love it. And something if you could hook, it'd be something like kind of like an attachment you would put on here. But it have to be an angle, and you would hook the spring and put it in, and then that would help reduce it. And I bet you there's going to be an optimal distance. So this is where like this one is too far, because there's a big gap and the BBs drop. So maybe if I play around the distance, that's where I'll be able to do it. Like you have to remember, I'm not like smart. I feel like anyone that's I'm self-taught on SolidWorks, guys. I don't even know how to use the whole damn program. Right? Trust me, I literally brute force that damn thing. So, but if you're good at math and you know how to do all this stuff, I bet you could figure this out in a second, right? So that's, instead for me, I have the slow, painful way. That's why it takes me an hour to do all this follower and all this, dumb stuff. But the reality is I could maybe shift it up a little bit, maybe just a little bit longer, so it reduces the pressure just enough to pull down the follower that I can handle it. Now, on the AAP, it struggles like halfway here. When the follower gets halfway with my, which one is it? It's this one. One of them's getting the best result. This one is getting the best results right now. It gets halfway, and that's not with spring assisted. And then it's struggled, man. I can feel it. There's friction and there's tension there. So that's something I have to continue to work on, and maybe I should do a better print quality. But I'm doing speed on these draft basically. So these get printed out in like 5 minutes, and then I have to take the X-Acto knife and shave off some parts. So, but anyway, that's the stuff I'm gonna work on off the camera. I'll figure this out, get it down to a science, and but it takes me a little bit to do it, since not really good at math. So I just 3D print. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, what can I change? So, but that's just, hopefully this was more interesting for you guys. Just, you can apply this stuff to to high cap and Glocks whenever you're working with a problem. Just simplify it, break it down, make it simple. Okay, we got a gun that's not working, high cap and not working. Okay, take the upper off, take the lower off, put that upper on the lower that you have that's working. It's working. Okay, is it working? Wow, it shoots really good. It's smooth. Boom. Okay, now take that, put that to the side, check the lower, put a good upper on the lower. If it's not working, okay, well, what's the problem here? Are these two parts not working together? But at least you have a good starting point now. So just make it simple and work from there. And that's what I did for this, as I tested all my AAP mags. Like, okay, maybe we got something that's just ever so slightly different that's just causing a problem. My mags are brand new out of the box. You guys saw from the first video. It's this TM is like, ooh, I was like, damn, dog, it's new. Now I think maybe no one has any problems or anything is because everyone's got a lot of used mags. I have some new mags, and all the used ones worked no problem. So I don't really think it's a design problem. I just think if you have a new mag, yeah, maybe it'll be a pain in the ass, but once again, it could just be me. But this is the thought process behind just some small, quick modifications or ideas. Okay, so I'll see you guys around. I hope this video was helpful in some shape or form. I don't think we need to do any more video on it. They did a good job. It works well, and you'll see it in the future videos, because I'm just going to be loading anything I get new. We'll just be testing it out. Okay, thank you again for sending this out. It was really fun to check this out and look at it and see all the designs. Very nice, very nice. Okay, take it easy, bud. See you around.